On Sunday afternoon, the Dubs' lives are on the line, as the reason why tomorrow's showing versus the top-heavy and deep Clippers is so crucial is that a guaranteed playoff spot is up for grabs. Keeping the Clippers' role players in check will be huge, as while this team is top-heavy with Leonard, Harden, Powell, and Zubats, not letting the likes of Bogdan Bogdanovic, Amir Coffey, Derrick Jones Jr., and Nicholas Batum have a big night will be almost equally crucial. The Warriors' rebounding has to be extremely sound against the Clippers, as Ivica Zubats leads the league in offensive rebounds, and it's not even close. Looney's going to be big off the bench, and Draymond's positioning, effort level, and focus has to be there. If you can't neutralize Zoo on the glass, you're quite simply screwed. Don't give this dangerous Clippers team extra possessions. If the Warriors do that, they're in a good position. Here's a primary reason why Steph and Jimmy can be trusted under pressure. Over the last 7 campaigns dating back to the 2019 season, Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler have the first and second most points in an NBA Finals setting. This just shows you how timely and clutch the scoring of the Chef and Butler truly is. As number one options, Curry went off in 2019 and 2022, while Butler cooked in 2020 and 2023. In terms of the here and now, Butler's shooting 58.3% from three-point range in the month of April, albeit on just 1.7 deep range attempts per game, so a low volume, but he's starting to ramp it up. Meanwhile, a month ago, we're about to look at what Butler said about his aggression offensively, and we'll see if Butler can take his game to the next level on Sunday and potentially in the playoffs. But over the last 2 games, Butler is already starting to ramp it up, as he's averaging 26 points, 7 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game on 86% true shooting.
I just score. I can score whenever I want to. I can shoot the toughest shots if I wanted to. And nobody's ever going to say anything. But I want to get everybody involved. I want to get guys in their spots. And when it's my time, you'll know that it's my time. But until then, we're going to pass the ball to the open man, get my guys some jumpers, get them out in transition, and we're going to keep winning.
The Warriors have lost all 3 matchups versus the Clippers this season, but Draymond had a great response to that post-game against the Blazers.
It's a tough game for us. They beat us 3 times this year, but we're a new team. It's always fun going up against a top Lou coach team. Kawhi Leonard's a great player. We've had our battles with James Harden. That team's playing really good basketball, so we got to make sure we bring our A game.
Stephen Curry had a steadfast remark regarding the must-win implications of Sunday's showdown.
I don't want to be too dramatic. Like it should be a Game 7 kind of vibe. You win, and again, you control your destiny on a guaranteed playoff series. You lose, you roll the dice. So I think I said last game, like good teams find a way to win, big games like that, and that's what we're aiming to be.
The plain key for the Dubs this season is Jimmy Butler III. As in the playoffs, when defenses tighten up and the game slows down, the Warriors can't be too over-reliant on Stephen Curry. Brandon Podziemski is going to have his fair share of off games. I do believe he can be there as a number 2 to 3 option at times, though, offensively in terms of his scoring. Moody can't throw a rock in the ocean right now, while many of the Warriors' shooters on the roster are streaky. That's why Jimmy stepping up is so damn crucial. I believe he can. Steve Kerr's adjustments and rotations will also be big time on Sunday and potentially in the playoffs if you get there. And Kerr spoke on the status of his team, stating concerns about the team's ball movement.
Has to be a rhythm to both ends of the floor, and I didn't see that much tonight. 10-15 minutes of that, and the other 35 or so not good basketball. Game's got to flow. We have to pass the ball better. We have to get spaced better. We have to develop a rhythm. We were in a better place, I think, a few weeks ago. We were playing with more rhythm, more flow, more two-way connection, and we have to get back to that. The last couple weeks have been a little choppy.
And does that worry you at all about being, a little choppy or inconsistent as you guys get down the stretch?
It's my job to worry about that. So, I have to address that, and hopefully we can find that rhythm on Sunday, take care of business, and then it'll be great to actually practice for a few days. It's a rare occurrence in the NBA that anybody gets to practice anymore, and we need some.
What are some factors?
Spacing and passing, the biggest thing. Just not much rhythm to the game, and again, I got to find the best lineups to create that. And it's now that we are where we are, we've got to be very particular every minute of every game now, in terms of who's out there and how we find that rhythm, that groove.
Kerr had a different mentality regarding this quote-unquote must-win on Sunday, as even if the Dubs fall into the play-in, Steve feels confident.
Seems like, winning you're in Sunday. What's your just early thoughts on that?
Well, Mike Dunleavy just said we have 3 potential home games to get into the playoffs. I think that's a good way of looking at it. We beat the Clippers, we're in. If not, beat Memphis, we're in. If not, we got one more crack. Like we're in a great spot, and obviously we don't want to mess around and go to the play-in, but we're in a really good spot. So considering where we were 2 months ago, Mike makes the Jimmy trade. I think we're like 23-7 since then. We've skyrocketed up the standings, but we're right in this morass with all these other teams, and so we are where we are. We're in a good spot. We're excited about what's ahead, and we gotta go do it.
In my opinion, this mentality from Steve implies he's not afraid of what matchup the Warriors get. That said, with injuries to Curry and the age of the roster, the Warriors desperately need a week off. But in your opinion, does Steve have the right mentality? Let me know your takes in the comments section. This was your boy D-Flow, and I'll see you next video.